The Sun in the sixth house of a natal chart is a fascinating study of how the core identity, the solar ego, finds its radiance through the lens of service, routine, and the pursuit of perfection. When the Sun sits here, your hero's journey is not found on a battlefield or a stage, but in the quiet, disciplined mastery of your craft and the maintenance of your physical vessel. For a sixth house Sun individual, life is rarely about grand, sweeping gestures. Instead, your vitality is intrinsically linked to your daily ritual. While others might find routine stifling, you find it grounding. There is a deep-seated need to feel useful. If you aren't contributing to the machinery of your world in a tangible way, your self-esteem can begin to flicker. You are the person who finds profound satisfaction in a job well done, a perfectly organized desk, or a completed to-do list. Your light shines brightest when you are refining, fixing, and improving. The sixth house is naturally associated with the sign of Virgo and the planet Mercury, lending a meticulous, analytical quality to your personality. You likely possess a microscopic vision, noticing the small flaws that others overlook. This makes you an incredible problem solver and a reliable specialist. However, the shadow side of this placement is the perfectionist's trap. Because your identity is so tied to your output, you may suffer from paralyzing self-criticism. You might feel that you are only as good as your last accomplishment, leading to a workaholic tendency where you over-identify with your job title or your level of productivity. The body-soul connection. Health is a major theme for you. With the Sun, the source of life force, residing in the house of sickness and health, your physical well-being is a direct reflection of your psychological state. You are likely highly sensitive to your environment, diet, and stress levels. Psychosomatic isn't just a buzzword for you, it's a lived reality. When you are unhappy in your work or out of alignment with your purpose, your body will often speak through minor ailments or fatigue. Conversely, you can become a master of wellness, deeply invested in biohacking, nutrition, or holistic healing. You don't just want to be healthy, you want to be functional. There is an inherent humility in this placement, but it shouldn't be mistaken for a lack of ambition. You simply prefer to lead through competence rather than charisma. You are the power behind the throne or the indispensable expert. Your path to self-actualization involves learning that service does not mean servitude. The challenge is to serve others, whether through a profession in healthcare, teaching, technical work, or craftsmanship, without losing your sense of self in the process. The shadow. Because you are so attuned to the details, you can easily become lost in the weeds of life. Anxiety is the common enemy of the sixth house Sunday. You may struggle with the need to control every variable of your environment to feel safe. Learning to accept that life is inherently messy and that good enough is sometimes sufficient is your greatest spiritual lesson. When you stop obsessing over the cracks in the pavement, you finally look up and see the sun you were meant to embody. Ultimately, having the Sun in the sixth house means you are here to sanctify the mundane. You prove that greatness isn't just found in the extraordinary, but in the integrity, care, and devotion we bring to the smallest tasks of every day. You are the craftsman of your own soul, carving out a meaningful existence through the steady, rhythmic heartbeat of dedicated work. When the Sun in the sixth house filters through the 12 zodiac signs, it colors the flavor of your service and the specific way you handle your daily grind. Here is how that solar energy manifests across the wheel. Fire signs, the enthusiastic workers. Aries, you are the first responder of the sixth house. You tackle tasks with a burst of competitive energy but may struggle with long-term maintenance once the initial excitement fades. Your health is often tied to your activity levels. You need to burn off stress. Leo, you need to be the star of your workplace or at least have full creative control over your routines. You take immense pride in your craft and likely treat your workspace like a personal kingdom. Recognition for your hard work is your primary fuel. Sagittarius, you seek meaning and freedom in your daily chores. A desk job might feel like a cage. You prefer work that involves travel, philosophy, or the big picture. You are the office optimist, though you might overlook the finer details. Earth signs, the practical perfectionists. Taurus, you are the rock of your environment. You prefer a steady, predictable pace and excel at tasks requiring physical endurance or sensory refinement. Your health is best maintained through nature, slow food, and consistent habits. Virgo, this is the home placement for the sixth house. You are the ultimate technician, possessing a high-definition eye for detail. However, you are most prone to analysis paralysis and health-related anxiety, hypochondria, if you aren't careful. Capricorn, you treat your daily routine like a mountain to be climbed. You are incredibly disciplined and likely view your health and work as a long-term investment. You thrive in structured environments where there is a clear hierarchy and room for advancement. Air signs, the intellectual integrators. Gemini, your workday needs variety, or you'll burn out from boredom. You are the multitasker who thrives on communication, lists, and constant mental stimulation. Your health is often a reflection of your nervous system. When you're scattered, your body feels it. Libra, you seek harmony and aesthetic beauty in your chores. You are the mediator in the workplace, focusing on teamwork and pleasant surroundings. You may struggle to say no to extra tasks because you want to keep the peace. Aquarius, you bring a mad scientist vibe to the sixth house. You want to revolutionize the way work is done, often using technology or unconventional methods. You work best when you feel your daily efforts are contributing to a greater social cause. Water signs, the intuitive servers. Cancer, your work and health are deeply emotional. You likely mother your coworkers or work in a field that involves nurturing and caretaking. Your digestive system is a direct barometer for your emotional stress. You literally stomach your work environment. Scorpio, you are the investigator of the workplace. You gravitate toward work that involves transformation, research, or crisis management. You have an all-or-nothing approach to your health and can be prone to intense periods of burnout and rebirth. Pisces, you bring a sense of spiritual devotion to your tasks. You may struggle with the hard edges of a rigid schedule and prefer a flow-based routine. You are the healer who often absorbs the energy of your environment, requiring plenty of solitude to recharge. When the sun transits your natal sixth house, which happens for about a month every year, the universe essentially hands you a magnifying glass and a clipboard. This is your annual performance review and maintenance check. Here is what to expect during this transit. The sun illuminates your daily grind. This is often a month of high productivity where you feel a surge of energy to tackle the boring stuff, emails, filing, chores, and pending projects. The upside, you'll likely receive recognition for your competence. It's an excellent time to impress a boss or refine your professional skills. The downside, you may become a bit of a micromanager. Because the sun brings ego into this house, you might get easily annoyed with coworkers who don't meet your temporary high standards. The sixth house governs the physical body and its systems. During this transit, you become hyper-aware of your physical vessel. This is the best time of year to start a new diet, join a gym, or schedule those doctor's appointments you've been putting off. The warning, if you've been overworking, the sun will burn through your reserves here. You might experience a forced rest, like a cold or fatigue, if you don't proactively manage your stress. In traditional astrology, the sixth house is the house of hidden enemies or small disputes. The sun transiting here acts like a flashlight in a dark room. If you've had ongoing friction with a neighbor, a colleague, or a service provider, this transit gives you the authority and clarity to resolve it. You are less likely to back down and more likely to find a practical solution. We often get stuck in ruts. The sun's transit here asks, is your current lifestyle actually serving your goals? You'll feel a strong urge to reorganize your life. Whether it's cleaning out your closet or restructuring your morning routine, the goal is efficiency. You want your life to run like a well-oiled machine. Summary of the transit vibe. It isn't the most fun or romantic transit, it's not about parties or big breakthroughs. It's about the glory of the mundane. If you put in the work now, you'll be physically and logistically ready for the seventh house transit next month, which focuses on relationships and others. You have to take care of yourself before you can properly show up for everyone else.